So today's key idea, we're talking about adjacent angles and vertical angles. Adjacent angles are two angles that share a common side and have the same vertex. And so in this picture right here, angles 1 and 2, they share this common side and they have the same vertex right there. Angles 2 and 4 are not adjacent because although they do share a vertex, they do not share a side. Vertical angles are when two lines intersect, vertical angles are opposite of each other. So angle 1 and 3 are vertical angles on this picture, and 2 and 4 are vertical angles on this picture. They are opposite of each other. And vertical angles are also congruent, which means they have the same measure. So on this picture, it says name a pair of adjacent angles. Adjacent angles just have to share a common side. So whatever set of adjacent angles we pick, they have to share a side. So if I picked angle 2, I could say angle 1 is adjacent to it because they share that side right here, AB. I could also say angle 2 is adjacent with angle 3 because they share this side. BF or BF. So whichever angles you pick, make sure that they share a side. All right, so for the next part, it's talking about vertical angles. So if we want to know which ones are vertical angles, let's get rid of these lines. Remember, vertical angles have to have two lines that intersect. So in that case, I need to remove this line off from here because that one does not go all the way through, so it's not a vertical angle. So if I remove that line, I must also remove this number. Okay, so number 4 is not going to work anymore. So I can't seem to get rid of it. There we go. So now if we're talking about vertical angles, naming a pair of vertical angles, we could say 2 and 5. 2 and 5 are opposite of each other, so those are vertical angles. And angle 1 and 3 are vertical angles because they are opposite of each other. Okay, your turn. Pick two pair of adjacent angles and two pair. So when it says two pair, make sure you have two groups and then two pair of vertical angles, two more groups. So you're going to write over here, maybe these ones are the adjacent. You give me those, and then these ones are vertical. You're going to give me two pairs. So there'll be an angle and an angle, angle and an angle for both of these. All right, so my adjacent angles that I picked are 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. And then the vertical angles are 1 and 3, 2 and 4. And now for these vertical angles, these are the only ones you can pick. That's all there is. For number 2, I have 1 and 2 are adjacent. They share this side. 3 and 4 are adjacent. They share this side right here. 5 and 6 are adjacent. They share that side. And 6 and 1 are adjacent. There's more of those, but those are just some of them. The vertical angles, these are the only 3 there are. 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6. Okay, so this one says, just tell me on letter A, are these vertical angles or adjacent angles? And we know that they're across from each other when two lines intersect, so they are vertical angles. And then it says find the value of x. So we know also that vertical angles are equal to each other, so x must be equal to 70 degrees because they're exactly the same size. For B, we have an angle with an angle mark in between here, so these share a side. It's not two lines that intersect, so these two must be adjacent. And to find the measure of x, we know that this little symbol right here means 90 degrees. It's a 90-degree angle or a right angle. And so we have 90 is equal to these two parts added together, 31 plus x plus 4. So to find x, we're just going to combine the like terms. 90 equals x plus 35. Subtract 35 from both sides, and we get the value of x, which is 55 degrees. All right, these are ones you can do on your own. Push the pause, then come back and check your answers. Okay, number 3, these are adjacent angles because they share the side, and it is a straight line, which is 180 degrees. So solving this problem, we should get x equals 95. Number 4, we have 2 lines that intersect, so these two are vertical angles, and that little symbol right there means it's a 90-degree angle, so x is equal to 90. Number 5, once again, these are adjacent because they share this side, and this is a 90-degree angle, so we put them together. 90 equals 69 plus 2x minus 1. Combine your like terms, and when you solve, you would get x equals 11.